Good afternoon. Planting garlic is really easy money. They are easy to grow. After you planted them, as long as you have an efficient water system like a drip irrigation, you can just leave them alone for 6 months. That's right, 6 months of generally nothing to do with them. In March, you'll need to protect them with shade cloth. That's to protect them from mid-noon sun. It is fall now, and in spring, then you'll need to fertilize every 3 weeks. And that's the only time to do some work again. Then in late summer, harvest. It will take 8 to 10 months from planting to harvest.
Dusty boots and leather spurs. I've got miles on this old heart. From the prairies to the nightlights, seen 'em tear my soul apart. Strapped up one last buckle, tightened with a whisper's prayer. In the mirror I see a young man who just ain't standing there. Every scar's a story etched in lines upon my face.
It's mid October and it's cold outside. There are several types of garlic. This is the Ilocos White, this is the California Early, and this is hardneck garlic. Although the locust and the California garlic are both softneck garlic, the locust garlic is much smaller than the California garlic. And this is a hardneck type garlic. And this is typically grown in the northern part of the United States, the colder parts of the United States, like New York, New Jersey. Now, if you compare the size of the California garlic versus the hardneck garlic, the hardneck garlic is even much bigger than this. Size matters though if you're trying to sell. Business wise, you rather have the bigger garlic. Pound for pound, kilo for kilo, you rather have this. But this will be hard to grow in the Philippines. However, you can grow this, the California garlic, which is still twice, if not three times the size of the locust garlic. This is similar to the Xinjiang Chinese garlic. They're both soft neck. They can grow in the Philippines. Taste wise, though, this Ilocos garlic, even though they're small, they give the best taste for cooking. Strong flavor and biting. Unforgettable aroma. But if you want to produce bigger garlic, you can buy your seeds or bulbs from Lazada or Shopee. They sell Xinjiang softneck for planting, or you can ask someone from the US to send you a California garlic. Garlic as a plant originated in Central Asia like China and Mongolia, where they gave cold winters. This garlic from the Philippines adapted over 1,000 years to the tropical weather. My ancestors planted them. But as a trade off to that adaptation from cold weather to tropical warm, the size now is much smaller. And although you can plant and grow them without cold winter in the Philippines, as they are doing it now, they are planting without refrigeration. It is better to refrigerate them first, 6 to 8 weeks before planting. Why is it better? Because the chilling period triggers robust root development and growth. And that would be the head start to produce bigger bulbs. There are several things we need to prepare when planting garlic. One of them is the ground or the farm where we plant them. But in my case, I'm just doing it in my yard. And because of that, I have to use pots and planters because I can move them into an area where they can get a lot of sun. I'm in the US mainland, but if I'm in the Philippines, I would use bamboo for my planters. That's because in the Philippines, bamboo is readily available. Here in the US, we have to import. We have to buy it from another country. Why bamboo or wood? Because wood and bamboo are porous. The material have small holes, tiny little holes where air can go through, especially in the assemblies where they have air gaps. So air can go through. And that's important because plant roots need to breathe. They need to breathe oxygen. And this is why I'm also using loose soil because loose soil can drain water easily with gravity. And for that reason, the roots of the plant can breathe. Here's something different though, rice. And rice is a different animal. Rice has special tissues in their roots that they can breathe through water. And if you don't flood the roots of rice with water, weeds will grow. Weeds will grow around them. I'm using hay for my mulch, and I'm using garden soil, 60% garden soil, 20% sand, 20% composted chicken manure. But the hay need to be disinfected before we plant the garlic because hay, they have nematodes, pests, and sometimes even slugs, mites. So we need to disinfect the hay by means of solarization. This hay, we will need to cover them with plastic and place them under the sun for 6 weeks. So if we are doing this now, mid-October, we can plant at the end of November. If you are planting garlic in the Philippines, though, you can place them in a container like this and cover them with paper towel and then place them in the refrigerator. If you do it now, then you will need to count 6 weeks before you can plant them. Paper towel so that you emulate or you imitate that they are like buried underground. So even if you open the refrigerator, light will not go through them. In the Philippines, you will need to refrigerate garlic bulbs 6 to 8 weeks inside the refrigerator before planting them outdoors. Here in the US mainland, we don't need to do that because we plant them in fall, which is in November. And we have December, January, and February where we have winter. That will be the cold weather needed for the garlic clove to split into several cloves that will form a garlic bulb. So that's what the cold weather does. It makes one clove into several cloves, which is one bulb. In this video, I will be using garlic fertilizer, soaking the garlic cloves, and I will also soak them into hydrogen peroxide because this will kill all the pests and the nematodes that's in the clove. Now, the ground may have those pests, but that's something that I cannot control, and I don't want to use pesticides. So I'll just make sure that the ground or the soil I'm using is not from the garbage or it has no uncomposted manures, meaning it's a clean soil. Because uncomposted manure, like chicken poop, do have some bacteria in it, but the composted ones will have only the good bacteria on them. I will also install a drip irrigation line dedicated to the garlic garden. That's because my drip irrigation lines or water system is supplying all the outdoor plants, but I will need to turn that off during winter because we have some rain and the outdoor plants do not need to be watered regularly. The natural weather will take care of them to just water them with rain. But the garlic will need to have a regular water system. So I will need to install shut-off bulbs on the drip irrigation lines, and it will be on the video, so you will be able to see how I install drip irrigation lines as well.
But why do we want garlic?
Every scar's a story etched in lines upon my face, clinging to the memories that time just won't erase. Rode hard and felt the glory, tasted both joy and pain. But tonight beneath the stars, I'm singing my refrain. I've gone as far as I can go. It's the end of the show. Ain't no more bull I'll wrangle. Ain't no more dust I'll know. Saddle's getting heavy, and my hands ain't what they were.
You can separate the garlic clove from one to the other in the bulb, just using your fingernails to cut in between the cloves and then push them apart. Try not to damage any of the protective skin of each clove, but with some cuts and damages, that will still be okay. You can still plant them. It is good to soak the cloves with hydrogen peroxide 15 to 30 minutes to disinfect them. This will kill all the pests, bacteria, and nematodes in the cloves.
Every scar's a story etched in lines upon my face, clinging to the memories that time just won't erase. Rode hard and felt the glory, tasted both joy and pain. But tonight beneath the stars, I'm singing my...
After 15 minutes, you can rinse them with tap water.
I've gone as far as I can go. It's the end of the show. Ain't no more bull I'll wrangle. Ain't no more dust I'll know. Saddle's getting heavy, and my hands ain't what they were.
This fertilizer is a mix of 1 tablespoon to 1 liter of tap water.
The crowd's still there and cheering, but their faces blur tonight. A wave, a tip of hat, as I bow out of the fight. My heart will always cherish every rodeo and show, but the man who knew me.
Soak the garlic cloves for 12 to 24 hours. Soil and sand is expensive in the US. In the Philippines, you don't need to buy your sand and soil. The mountain soil is what gardeners utilize. It is soil that has been taken from mountainous regions. They inherently contain few minerals and organic materials. Additionally, it indicates that they are hygienic and devoid of harmful microorganisms like bacteria. You can also just get a river sand for free. You will eventually add fertilizer and dry manure to feed your plants. 2/3 garden soil and 1/3 sand make up the optimal soil mixture.
And we nap more than we ever did back then. Your dentures click when you laugh real loud, but you still make me the proudest man in town. The check engine light's been on for years, but you still kiss me past my fears. And though my back goes out more than I do, I'll always stand or sit right next to you. Love ain't expired yet. We're still the best thing this town's ever met. You still turn me on like a porch light set, darling. Our love ain't expired yet. Even if we smell like menthol bomb, you still set off my heart alarm. We've outlived trends and all the fads. Our kids have kids who think we're rad. But sugar, when you hold my liver, spotted hand, I feel like we're starting over again. Love ain't expired yet. We're still cooking in life's crock pot set. Time may wrinkle, sag, and reset, but darling, our love ain't expired yet. Even if we move like molasses slow, you still make my pacemaker glow. Yeah, darling, our love's old-fashioned, but it ain't gone cold. Like a fine wine in a plastic jug, we're gold.
I am now ready to plant the cloves. The spacing is 4 inches apart, and measuring from the top pointy end of the clove, the tip of the clove is 2 inches lower than the top of the soil ground. I am pushing them down in the ground around 1 inch deep. I am covering with 1 inch thick garden soil. And again, the top pointy end of the clove or top tip of the clove is 2 inches lower than the top of the soil. I am watering them now thoroughly to make the ground settle more firmly, and cover them with 5 inches thick straw hay mulch.
Dusty boots and leather spurs, I've got miles on this old heart. From the prairies to the nightlights, seen them tear my soul apart. Strapped up one last buckle, tightened with a whisper's prayer. In the mirror I see a young man who just ain't standing there. Every scar's a story etched in lines upon my face, clinging to the memories that time just won't erase. Rode hard and felt the glory, tasted both joy and pain. But tonight beneath the stars, I'm singing my refrain. I've gone as far as I can go, it's the end of the show. Ain't no more bull I'll wrangle, ain't no more dust I'll know. Saddle's getting heavy, and my hands ain't what they were. Rodeo's last ride will let go, but my spirit will endure. Crowd still there and cheering, but their faces blurred tonight. A wave, a tip of hat.
Please always remember to be always careful when working in your yard, for you and everyone around. Thank you for watching.